It's Madden NFL 24, and we'll see Christian Watson. He's one of the league's best, currently third in the NFL in receiving yards. It's the Jaguars and the Colts on Monday night.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
On 1st and 10, Olsen. And that'll be complete to the running back, Gibson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And 22 more yards there and another first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving. And
nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of carries, 134 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync. And that bodes well this late in the season. 4
yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for first. Operating from the gun, Olsen. That's to the tight end, Laporta. And he will have a Jaguars first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting.
Touchdown! Christian Watson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Jaguars will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a look here at their signal caller, the 5th-year quarterback.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Off play action. Anderson. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out. Gibbs straight ahead.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
And the numbers for Gibbs from last week,
well into the triple digits, and they'll take that every time out.
What I loved was just how decisive he was running the football. Coaches like guys that go north and south. They don't like the east-west guys, the juking and the jiving. 1 foot in the ground and cut.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's second down.
Out of the gun, it's a give to Vaughn.
And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 30. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down.
Hand off now to Gibbs.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Going back to Gibbs on first down.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Back to throw. Anderson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Looking to throw. Anderson
setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives, and they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
To throw on second down, Olsen.
He's got Gibson on the out route.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Back to throw. Olsen
finds his receiver, Watson.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
A short pass here taken in by Laporta.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Back to throw again.
And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Parker the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
You look at this Colt defense.
They were fantastic a week ago in the win over Houston.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Trayvon Diggs, usually known for interceptions. Here, he gets a sack.
They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the
first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that. Under pressure, they got him again. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And that is caught downfield by Thomas.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. From the 31, here's a 2nd down and 9.
Off the play fake, Anderson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
Here's Anderson on 3rd down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
Pass interference. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 10-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Jacksonville set to go again offensively, and they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
That's Olave bringing in another one.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
3rd and 3.
Now a handoff up the middle. Parker. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Anderson.
Pass complete. Finds Thomas going across the middle. Inside the 10.
Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. 77 yards.
And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. But not only, Charles, did he beat double coverage to make the catch, and then as soon as he did, locked his gaze upfield and made sure to reach the end zone.
Go grab your dictionary, partner. Look up determination, and his picture is going to pop right up. How about him getting through multiple defenders, finding his way through coverage, and making sure he got to the end zone? That's a big-time play right there.
This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Operating from the gun, Anderson loses the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
On 1st down, it's Parker.
And he'll take this down to the 33.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
The throw over the middle, taken in.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Looking to throw. Olsen.
Complete once again to Watson.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down.
Back to throw. Olsen. And down
14. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say that
under pressure again, and down he goes again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. And Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Olsen. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
And try to atone for it here on this drive. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Anderson. Open man is Samuel. Complete. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
The Colts at 10-1 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. Now a handoff looking right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Anderson. And that will be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. On 3rd down, Parker. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
It's taken to the 26. Able to avoid him. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
2nd and 10. Back to throw. Anderson. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
On 1st and 10, Anderson finds Johnston. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Now Anderson. Thomas brings it in. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Anderson. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And his kick here is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So good work there to get points just before the half as they add on to their lead.
As trite as it sounds, every little bit helps. That's exactly what they're going for. Anytime you get a chance to put points on the board, you take it.
And they didn't leave the other side with much time at all on the clock. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Colts going to take over on offense to begin this 3rd quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
To throw is Anderson. To throw on 2nd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They cannot afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
And he fields it cleanly.
It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Looking to throw. Olsen. Olave over the middle. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, Parker. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
43 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
On 1st down, Olsen.
The pass caught by Olave.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Chris Olave. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Olsen.
Olave holds it in.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. 1st down, Jacksonville.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Up the middle they go. It's Parker, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And he missed it. It's no good, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out and try one for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now Anderson on 1st down. He gets it to Thomas. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he has got the defense so much on their heels. Got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy? And what kind of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Operating from the gun. Anderson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
Anderson to throw on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Colts! From 13 yards out.
And the Colts are able to widen their advantage. Well, that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field.
And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know, for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Looking to throw on second down. Olsen.
He finds Parker.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to lead to a third down. Looking to throw. Olsen.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. Call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off the bootleg, Anderson. He's got Thomas yet again complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown! A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Now the try here for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field.
They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Olsen.
This one taken in by Olave.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
Tackle made back at the 17-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The Jaguars back with it on offense. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. 66 yards. And the Jaguars are able to cut into that deficit. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
They'll look to throw. He's got it. So they convert to 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Parker. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw. Olsen over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. From the gun on 3rd down. Olsen got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. From 4 yards out. And the Jaguars take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
So here we go now as the Jaguars will go for 2. They'll try and throw for it, and they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I would be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Anderson now throwing on first down. And that'll be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. The Colts on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On the give, here's Gibbs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Back to throw. Anderson. To the sideline and incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Here's Anderson on 3rd down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 64 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Parker to about the 33-yard line.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Now this throw caught left side. Touchdown, Jaguars. Chris Olave 67 yards. And the Jags have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter. And don't look now. They're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just one score. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Colts set to take over here offensively. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Anderson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. To throw is Anderson. To throw on 3rd down. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Jaguars getting set to go. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. Throwing to start the drive. Olsen. That's to the tight end, Laporta. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. From the 35, here's 2nd down and 2. Quick throw there is incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll run on 1st down. Parker. Now inside the 25. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Throwing on 1st down. Olsen. This to Laporta, right side. And the Jaguars are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. To the right side, he's got Parker. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a one-score game. To throw on 2nd down, Olsen. And it's caught. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Now Anderson on 1st and 10. His throw incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Looking to throw. Anderson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Now run by Gibbs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Another run for Gibbs here. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And Charles, in this one, the 4th quarter became a lot more interesting, I know, than I anticipated. Probably you anticipated. A comeback bid falling just a little bit short.
You're never supposed to count a team out, and I know we didn't on air, but mentally, I just didn't see this type of a comeback, especially one that put them in a position to put the real pressure on them down the stretch.
So for the Colts, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they
You